Brian, Natalie, but most importantly, Gabriella. Let's talk a little bit about Airstream. First, wanted to thank you for reaching out. Way cool, very, very cool. We're going to talk about the 16-foot Bambi Sport from Airstream. One of the coolest things on the planet. Starting with, it's 2,800 pounds. I know you got that monster Ford that you're towing with. You can tow a lot more vehicle than this, but this is cute. It's really cute, so if you're going to buy something, it should be cute. So 16-foot Sport doesn't get any cuter. The bottom line though with Airstream, there's nothing like it made. It's the only true four-season vehicle. So when Gabriella wants to go sledding up in northern Illinois, let's do this. You know, we don't hesitate, we just go. Go to Wisconsin, middle of winter for God's sakes. We're gonna do a quick walk around, walk inside, hopefully answer some of Natalie's questions about where Gabriella's buddies are gonna sleep. I love that. So, starting here, this is Lexan. This is wrapped around what we call panoramic windows. One thing about Airstream is, as opposed to other manufacturers, bring the light, baby. If you're on the inside looking out, you won't see this tinted Lexan. What you see is just a clear view. And then you have the overheads here, which can be locked into place. This is all tempered glass, which actually is on a 3-position hinge, meaning that let the air in. The other thing is also UV tinted. So it really helps as far as all that sun is concerned, but also adds that protection. Speaking of protection, on your wrap here, what you cannot see is a 3M product. There's a 3M membrane finish over the entire travel trailer to protect it, but then there's that additional clear membrane that will guard against that road debris taking stuff out. I love this from the standpoint it still gives you that clean Airstream look, but there's other stuff going on. Underneath here is your spare tire rack. Now what's great about the spare tire rack, number one, nobody knows where it is, so guess what? Nobody takes your spare tire. Because if it's sitting on the back of another vehicle, like all these other trailers out here, the UV rays are attacking it and someone can pull it off the mount. This is a undermount carriage that drops down. It's in a cradle, so you just take the tire out, replace it, you're good to go. But while we're talking about that, while you buy Airstream, 2-year bumper-to-bumper warranty, 2 seasons of camping, that's the best warranty in the business. Next case would be 24/7 roadside assistance. Unless you like changing tires, go ahead. But you got people to do that, for God's sakes. So the thing about the 24/7 roadside assistance is you got somebody there. And by the way, you don't need to take this to our dealership to get work done. If you're in the UP of Michigan, if you're up in Wisconsin at the Dells, while Gabriella is watching Eagles, what you can be doing is calling the CoachNet people to come and fix your light switch. They come to you, you don't go to them. Twin 20s. You've got 40 pounds of propane. That's 40 pounds of propane to keep Gabriella warm. If we're going to cook for Gabriella, it's going to be with twin 20s. This is a lot of propane for a small vehicle. The other thing is these tanks are switchable. Take one to 7-Eleven, get it tricked out, and bring it back. Actually, you can also get into here, and when you go to State Parks National, a lot of times they'll roll a propane truck up and down and fill it right on site. You've got certainly electric brakes. What that means is this unit never adjust brakes and lifetime lube hubs, meaning that when we bring them in, we check them, but you'll never have to for the life of this trailer. The other thing is, because of how this thing rolls, if you will, the car and the trailer work together because of that whole electric brake thing. Also, with your brake adapter, which we put on, and also that weight distribution hitch, which Brian, you and I talked about. Very cool. Next case, you have a quick disconnect propane port. What's that for? You get with your Airstream a bunch of goodies. One of the goodies would be an extension quick disconnect port for maybe a gas grill, maybe a space heater, maybe an additional propane source right at your fingertips. Why is it here? You're going to be spending time under the awning on the other side. You're going to be grilling over here. That's a beautiful thing. Come on around. Okay, the fit, the finish on an Airstream, you know, it's all about living riveted. I love that. Locking potable water. Airstream is the only, I have, by the way, look at this. I got these keys. This will open every travel trailer on the planet, motor home. I can go into a travel trailer park and say hello to everybody. My point is about Airstream, they are all individually keyed and they lock their water resource. No one will have access to your water resource. Also, Airstream will be the only manufacturer to say carry water, because that actually helps the trailer sit. And as far as towing, it makes all the sense in the world. Venting for your refrigerator. Now here's where it gets cool. Inlet port for fresh water. So your city water hookup comes in here. You'll see the guy in the trailer park right next to you. What he has is this big thing adapted on here. That is a water pressure regulator. Airstream is the only manufacturer who puts their regulator internally, so that's the cool factor. But above and beyond that, you cannot put the PSI to over 65.5 pounds. So you're protecting all your interior PVC and gaskets. Now, what's this? This is my favorite, because what you have your sewer hookup back here. This is a black water sewer connection. What that means is to blow out the entire system. When you're done at the park and you pull your black water and it flushes, we want to clean that tank out. So we take our water, we plug in here. Picture an umbrella that spins inside that tank, washing out everything that's in there. When you pull that hose off, clean hands. It's a beautiful thing. Which, by the way, you have lighting. You have lighting here. So you've got lighting because guess what? Even though Gabriella won't, she'll probably be asleep when you hit the park. But it's going to be at dusk. It's going to be after a day of traveling. Nice to have access so you can see all the stuff that you got to get done. By the way, 30 amp service here. You're going to see an LED lamp here that illuminates to tell you that the power source that I'm hooked up with is good. If it's not illuminated, guess what? It's with the power source, not my Airstream. Remember that, because it's a small detail, but it is the cool factor. By the way, I want to just touch on the axle system here. This is the best in the business. It's a Dexter axle system, but it is an axle system that has not been replaced since the mid-60s. If it ain't broke, and picture, if you will, a steel axle, a square frame where they freeze rubber tubes in nitrogen, they collapse, invert an axle going through, and then offset it. What that means is a very low silhouette. This all goes to rolling down the road. It don't get any better than this. The other thing I'll just point out quickly is your hot water heater, electric or gas, runs off both. It is 6-gallon recirculating. So the bottom line is you're good to go, and it's an Atwood system. It's used on the same water tank here is used on the 30-foot Airstreams. Do we got hot water? Gabriella, we're cool. Come on around. I'm actually standing under the extended awning of the 16-foot Bambi Sport. The bottom line is the reason I'm standing here is because this actually is where I hope your family will spend its time. The inside of the Airstream is beautiful, but we're camping, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go outside. Let's enjoy. As you see how an Airstream is built, this is called buck riveting. And there's actually pressure tape behind here. 40,000 gallons of water have already been poured on this. The bottom line with Airstream, 67% of all Airstreams on the road since they were made in the 1930s are still on the road. Whoa. I mean, that means they don't leak, they don't rust. You've got EcoBat insulation. You've got an interior skin, you've got self-wicking material on the base of the unit, and you've got it basically sealed. It's a 4-season unit, but as far as construction, once again, it doesn't get any better than this. Let's talk about construction. Screen door is fully welded and watch. That's beautiful. I wouldn't do that with anything else on the lot. This, by the way, is a sculpted, if you will, aircraft door, complete radius. It takes 8 hours for Airstream to manufacture this door. Whoa. Now, when that door closed, what you can see is it grasps the screen door and pulls it open. Quick pointing out here, guess what? Outdoor shower. You can then hose off Gabriella, Grandma. We can hose off the dogs. You come out of the pond. I'm going to get spick and span before I go into my Airstream. You know, also what I feel about this is I don't wear shoes in my Airstream. Let's keep this clean. It's beautiful. Once again, how about this? One step into an Airstream. When you walk into an Airstream, you're stepping up one step. Anything else I can show you out here is going to have 3 steps, going to be close to 3 feet off the ground. Low silhouette means low aerodynamics, means easy towing, means cool. It's just cool. Come on in. As you walk into the 16-foot Sport, many things. Of course, the luxurious leather, all the fun stuff that goes with, but here's what I like. All your controls are at your fingertips, the lighting, exterior and interior, so that you're not going to the source to turn a light on. Everything is at your fingertips. Absolutely beautiful. This is, if you will, my mudroom. There's storage underneath. There's storage underneath all of the seating. You actually even have your coat closet, so when you walk in, there will be hooks for your coats. So, as I come into the trailer, the first thing you see is this beautiful ultra leather. Now, the ultra leather is way cool because it's Gabriella proof. It is dog proof. You can wash it. If something drastic ever happened to this, I can send you a cushion cover which would match completely. So, obviously, stereo sound, tambour doors, stereo with all the fun stuff that goes with USB port here. Picture the panoramic windows. Now, remember when we were outside, you couldn't see in, but you could certainly see out. 3-position hinge on the window itself, and of course, I love the drop-down dinette that then creates, if you will, a dual sleeper. Now, I'm going to what I'm going to do when I finish with this area is I'm going to have my guy take a picture of me laying down. Because from what the question I think that came up from Natalie is, could I put one of Gabriella's buddies on the floor? There's all kinds of room. Room for me. If there's room for me, there's room for everybody. So once again, just the entree into the 16, beautiful. Let's check out the galley. The galley setup in the Bambi actually, I think, is paramount because you're spending your time outside, but what do you need? I need my microwave to make, which is actually in addition to most of the platforms, we add the microwave. Then you have all this counter space, keeping in mind tempered glass for that 2-burner range. This is a European range, automatic ignition. Once again, it gives you all that access for your countertop space. You have a deep well stainless steel sink, Moen, with a cutting board that comes with. You have the refrigerator here is refrigerator freezer from Dometic, which can be utilized either propane or gas, so that if you're sitting in your driveway and you pull that shore power, you set it on automatic, you're still going to be able to get your beverages cold before you take off. Now, you got a lot of light pouring in here. By the way, let's talk about these windows. These are jalousie windows. They pivot out. These are not sliding windows. They pivot out, so when it's raining, guess what? Air's moving through here. Above us, Terry, can you get this? This is our fantastic fan. What this is all about is the ability to move all kinds of air out of this unit without having to utilize that big AC unit, which by the way, don't get me wrong, I love AC. We've got a 13.5 thousand BTU air conditioner, but you're going to get a lot of air moving through here, and that fantastic fan is beautiful. So galley space is awesome. By the way, you got a computer. First of all, water heater gets hooked up right here. Then you have your computer. This is where you access your water pump if you're pulling from that freshwater resource. Or then what you can do is check every system. Your black water tanks, your battery, and your fresh water. All of it right here. So what we can do is monitor everything so we don't have to go outside to check anything. Absolutely beautiful. By the way, let's not forget our storage. This is extremely well done on the Bambi. So there is storage, European hardware, and don't forget above we got overhead storage. So nicely done, the galley in the Bambi. Okay, Natalie, I think this is for you. Yes, we got the beautiful walk-in lavatory, so certainly shower access. You have a seating area for the while you're hot, obviously the hot and cold that goes to the exterior. Now, here was the deal. You got a pedestal toilet with the foot plunge. Now, this is the bottom line, though. You wanted to see how big this puppy was? I got to tell you, I got room. Give me a magazine. Give me an adult beverage. I'm going to be in here a while. My point is, Natalie, we got all kinds of room in the 16-footer. So, by the way, also you do have a hinged medicine cabinet. You've got a clothesline in here. In fact, just give me a pillow. I'm going to be fine. We then move into the master bedroom in the Bambi. Now you have the ability to close off from the rest of the cabin the front portion of the Airstream, and that allows you to certainly, give you that little sense of privacy, even though it's a pretty tight platform. You have a hanging wardrobe in here, so plenty of room to put all of your stuff. And by the way, there's lighting inside the wardrobe. Then we move into, which by the way, you have a pivot. You have a pivot and a locking mechanism for the TV. Now we haven't. The TV is included, by the way, but this pivots around so that you can watch TV anywhere on the platform. Then you have this beautiful big double. You have storage underneath. You have storage above, and you've got lighting. You've got your access in here for your heating controls, and the lights are also at your fingertips, so you don't have to go to the source. This to me makes a beautiful master bedroom and in a 16-foot Bambi. Gabriella, what can I say? 16-foot Bambi. I haven't even touched on all the stuff that this trailer represents, that this company represents. By the way, if you make your way to our neck of the woods, the factory is located about an hour and 10 minutes from where I'm sitting. I'd like to arrange a tour so that you guys can go to the factory to see these things being built. The other thing is, Fox News suggests that it is one of the top 5 tours of any American-made products. It has nothing to do with RVs, it has everything to do with iconic Americana, which is what Airstream represents. So once again, I'm in the lap of luxury, sitting in your 16-foot Bambi Sport. I want to thank you guys for reaching out, especially you, Gabriella. And I want to offer an invitation. Come and see me. My phone, 614-279-8880. Email eric@haydocy.com. I look forward to our next conversation. And what I like to tell people is enjoy the journey, because this is fun. And the only other thing I could tell you guys is happy camping.